Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today the patch notes for 10.1 came out, and I'm going to tell you guys everything you need to know before going into the new season. So this will be my first time looking at it as well. We'll react to it, we'll just read it together and see what to expect. Something that most people don't really care about is the draft mode leaves early access, so I guess they're going to be doing a full run now, which is kind of nice. I like that we're getting rewards. And I like that we're getting a submission, so you don't just spam it all day, it's something to work towards. This kind of reminds me of early Arena, and hopefully the rewards are actually worth it and they make it count, because I would actually be incentivized to do like a daily draft run or something like that if it meant that I was getting good in-game rewards such as meteorite powder and things like that. This could be good for newer players to learn the mechanics, but I think it's just going to be one of those little side games that we play, and hopefully they put together some new packages for the draft modes, because the packages that they give are pretty generic as it seems right now. So I'm looking forward to looking at this later. Maybe we'll do a draft review sometime over the next week. We have some changes. Initiative change to trigger this ability if you haven't used an order this turn. Leader abilities are also orders. So initiative, that's going to impact cards like Igni, that's going to impact cards like Scorch, right? So look out for that. That could definitely make those cards stronger, and from a sequencing standpoint a little bit easier to execute. Now for neutrals, we have Fisher King, power change from 5 to 6. I like that because there isn't much reason to play it beyond it just putting a card to the top of your deck, so the fact that it has a bit more power to it makes a lot of sense, especially for the provisions that it is. Now this is something that concerns me a little bit. We have Knickers and Roach power changed, or provision changed on Knickers, power changed on Roach. So going down to 7 is crazy. Roach power changed from 3 to 4. That's actually a considerable buff here. This gives support to decks like Lippy, and it gives support to decks like Colgrim. So we have to be careful, because hopefully this isn't any sort of indication about what we're going to run into, because this could be kind of scary for the meta. Now, monsters, we have Morntart, armor change from 1 to 4, provision change from 8 to 7. I like that. I think that's respectable. I think the card's unplayable right now, and I think this gives it a shot. It's still not impossible to remove. Obviously, there's still ways to get it. I know Nilfgaard has cards like the Amnesty that can go and snag that. They have their leader abilities, right? Most cards, or most decks, have 5-point removal, so that makes quite sense. High risk, decent reward, but if we put Gord at 7 provision, why can't we put a card like Morntart at 7 as well? And give a person an opportunity to take it away. So that's kind of nice. You don't have to run like a random Petries filter in here just to get a Morntart or Defender and Petries, you know what I mean? So it makes a lot of sense. Old Spear Tip Asleep, power change from 9 to 6, armor change from 0 to 2, provision change from 9 to 6, ability, okay. After 3 turns, summon Old Spear Tip from your deck to this row and increase the base power by 6, then banish self. That's kind of cool. It literally is like the Asleep and the Awakened one. You know what I mean? They put a timer on it. They made it actually a playable card, because before no one's playing it. It was like a 9 for 9 with Veil or something like that. It wasn't very good. So this will actually give it some incentive while keeping it expensive enough to, you know, have to worry about that. It summons it from the deck, so the summon is really nice for consistency, and I think that's really cool. If it takes damage, summon Old Spear Tip from your deck, then banish self instead. So all we have to do is give it 1 damage, and it'll just get rid of itself, and then I'm pretty sure that's what it means. It banishes itself from play, and then Spear Tip comes out. I mean, it's not all bad. Skellige, no changes, understandable. I think they fixed the leader, and since they fixed the leader, it's been fair. Everything else has been dealt with already. The Coral nerf, the Fukusian nerf, so that's fine. Uprising updated the tooltip to reflect the change from hotfix 9.6.1, good. In-stride provision change from 7 to 6, sure. Not a lot of changes there for Northern Realms, but it looks like Scoia'tael's got a few here. So Invigorate provision bonus change from 16 to 15. Ability change to order boost 4 units in your hand by 1, charges 3. So it makes it playable in more rounds, which is kind of nice. You're obviously getting the 1 less provision cost, but you're getting 12 buffs, like 12 hand buffs, opposed to 10. So I actually think that this is considered a buff, to be fair, because I'll tell you what, the fact that you're doing it multiple times, you can buff onto the torque, which is going to be buffing other cards in hand when you buff that. That makes a difference of more than 1 provision, I think. So this is going to be a very strong leader here, and we'll just have to look out for that. Now, Milva Sharpshooter, order damage changed from 2 to 1. This is the nerf that you guys were all hoping for. This is the nerf that I was hoping for, and this doesn't impact me whatsoever because I'm not playing this deck, but I'm playing against it a lot, and it's going to be more manageable here. Do you guys think that Milva Sharpshooter is good enough at this point? Damage change from 2 to 1. Let me know in the comments below. Sursa, deploy effect change to damage the enemy unit by 2, then boost a random unit in your hand by 2. I suppose that's better. I believe it's Death Blow right now. So it makes the card more playable because I'm pretty sure it's sitting at 7 provisions or something like that. So that makes a big difference there. Dwarven Agitator, power change from 3 to 5. Ability change to give 1 armor to 2 dwarfs in your hand. Whenever you play a dwarf, give it an armor. That's pretty cool. Showing some love for the dwarfs, and that can make a big difference around dwarf play, around armor play. You can even look at maybe introducing Irish Shade into a dwarf deck, because a lot of people just love to play with armor. So the fact that we have more armor engines is kind of nice. Hawker's support, ability change to deploy boost an allied unit in your hand by 1. If a unit's already boosted, boost it by 3 instead. Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. And the Vrihid Saboteur, ability change to deploy boost an ally unit by 1. If you control an artifact, boost an ally unit by 3 instead. Okay. I mean, I don't think that's all that bad or anything like that, you know what I mean? Fair. Nilfgaard, Ardal, adjusted the wording of the ability. The ability itself remains unchanged. Raian's power changed from 5 to 6, so little buff there. Tourney, yeah. Shelmar, like, provision changed from 8 to 6. I think 8 was too expensive for that card because it's conditional, right? 6 seems more playable here, and I think you'll see it, or at least it being tried. With Vilgefort's Renegade, we talked about this card needing a buff. Power change from 6 to 8. To be completely honest, I had a deck that I played a few days ago, and I was pretty excited about it. And it was at 6 power. But at least if it bricks, you get 8 power, on like 8 points on the board. Solid, sturdy 8 points. So I don't know if that's like the most effort to fix the card, but it's something, right? Now let's get into some of the controversial topics here, right? We got Syndicate. I'm sure there's going to be something. I'm not looking yet. Fabian Hail provision changed from 8 to 7. I like that. I like that because these Hail series cards, no one was really playing them a lot. You know what I mean? Like, they were a little expensive. People were sticking with Boat, Vivaldi, right? I think Fabian were able to get consistency from this card, right? So it makes it... No. Is it Fabian? This is the only one I have to look it up right in front. Oh, this guy. Yeah. Okay. So Intimidate, place a bounty on an enemy unit. So a little bit of support for bounty. So what they're telling us here is that... Whoops. Where is it? So they're telling us the provision change from 8 to 7. I like that. That's fair. It's an Intimidate engine. It has the bounty that it's able to give. That's pretty good. Tribute change from 9 to 7. I think that's fair. This is just the general point slam, so make it a little bit more affordable. And King of Beggars, power change from 4 to 3, provision change from 10 to 12, counter change from 9 to 12. Well, they just put that into the ground, didn't they? So we get 1 less base power, 2 extra provisions, and 3 extra coin. It's like a nerf, nerf, nerf. I haven't seen a nerf this big since the Biomatter nerf, right? Wow. But you know what? I'm actually happy with that, to be fair. Will it still be played? Probably. 4 to 3. 10 to 12. 9 to 12. We're still getting 9 coin, 3 power, it's 12. We're still getting deck thin. 3, yeah. So we're still getting 9 coins, 3 base power, deck thin, and spender. 12 for 12. Does that solve it? That might be enough. What do you guys think? That could be enough here for the fix that we're looking for. Now, Octavia Hail power change from 7 to 6, provision change from 7 to 6. This is the consistency card I was talking about, isn't it? And then we have the spend ability, which is really good. This is like really good support for the Witch Hunter archetype in general, because they're all Witch Hunters. So you can go like Witch Hunter wide with it, you know, just have Witch Hunter category only deck, right? Boost knowledge Witch Hunter by 1. You get a solid spender here. I'm interested to see the direction that this is going and have something tangible, play it, and kind of make a deck on that. And then we have Sabby Huckster, added Witch Hunter category, has a new part of the ability, Fee and Vitality. I like that they're introducing new spenders to the game other than the typical ones that you see in every Syndicate deck, because now we can actually hone in on archetypes. So huge difference here. I'm happy with that. Scapegoat power change from 7 to 1. Ability change to Disloyal Prophet 6. Deploy. Place bounty on self. That's really cool. This is like really cool. So Nilfgaard's going to be, well, I mean, we had Northern Realms of the Disloyal unit, but we're going to see this introduced in Syndicate now for the first time. So 7 to 1, it's going to go on their side of the playing field. We're going to kill it, right? Prophet 6, deploy a place a bounty on self. Wait a second. Ability change to Disloyal Prophet 6, deploy place bounty on self. Okay, so essentially what you're doing is you're able to kill it and get that 1 point back, plus the initial 6 profit on deploy for 4 provision. This is pretty scary. That's a lot of coin rotation here, and that's going to play very nicely for bounty, I think. And game fixes, Regis Reborn now correctly reacts to bleeding on units with immunity. Okay. Duchess, Informant, and Emissary. Little typo here. Now correctly gain the spying status even if they're not targets that deploy abilities. Interacting with draft menu no longer causes the play menu to sometimes become partially unresponsive on Android devices. So little fix is not really as important there. I know you guys care more about the cards. So this is something to look forward to, and I'm going to be making a return to deck guides primarily tomorrow when we get to the new patch. Obviously I took a little bit of a break to go and do like a let's play from rank 30 to pro series that I started. That's going to have to sit on the back burner. That's going to be something that I do when I'm a bit bored. I think at this point in that series I got to rank 17 on my own. There's another video that I'm going to be posting of it from be part 4, I guess, that's going to be going to rank 17. Now I'm not sure if I should go back and I should, because I know when the season ends I'm going to be bumped up 3 ranks. So let me know if you think I should go back and just replay to where we were at 17 on my own time and then continue from 17 forward with the new season. I kind of want to do that because I feel like if a new player comes into the game, I just want to show them like a lateral 1 month, here you go from 30 to pro, and not have this thing dragged on between months, if that makes sense, even if it has to be because I have other priorities. So Any feedback would be appreciated on that. Appreciate you stopping by again. We'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. I'm looking forward to waking up early, trying these new changes in the cards, and making a deck guide for you guys to help you guys start off the season better. So we'll see you then.